Okay, preparing the live stream for YouTube. Let's see. So how long have your parents had the symptoms?
They had symptoms maybe about, it's going in the end of 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So about 2 weeks ago, it sort of started with my dad had a checkup right before, a wellness checkup, and he got a flu shot. And so he thought he was maybe having a little bit of symptoms from having the flu shot, just a little sore throat and things like that. And he was being dad. He was being like, I'm good. I'm just feeling a little sore throat and that kind of thing.
Dad, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then sort of started getting more and more fatigue and symptoms compounding. Yeah, he just sent me a message right now. He's in the hospital, and today's his birthday, so that feels heavy.
Oh.
And also, like, wanting to celebrate him, and the nurses brought him a balloon and a nice little happy tray and a happy birthday card. And they know because my mom is also in the hospital and she's in a different room. They're not allowed to be in the same room. And she told the nurse that it was my daddy's birthday. So that feels heavy.
Oh.
And also, like, wanting to celebrate him. And the nurses brought him a balloon and a nice little happy tray and a happy birthday card. And I'm hearing myself. They know because my mom is also in the hospital and she's in a different room. They're not allowed to be in the same room. And she told the nurse that it was my daddy's birthday. So that was heavy. And also,
oh, I know what I gotta do now. There we go. Okay. There we go. I'm fat. Woo! All technology. Okay.
Yes.
I will love it. I will love it. I will love it. I will love it. So Teresa's here with me today, and we're going live to YouTube instead of the Facebook group since it wouldn't let us in. Thank you, love. And I love the topic about unveiling the myths about having it all together, because I'm here with half wet hair still. I was still throwing on my coverall thing before we got on, like not ready, not fully ready, and that's life right now. What I really love about Zooms is that I don't have to get completely ready. Like, you don't even know what I have on. I often don't match at all. I've got on some really comfy bottoms, and but yeah, so it was a good call. It's like, this is pretty funny that I was really attempting to get it all together, because I'm going live and making this recording, and I was laughing as the minutes were counting down, and I was like, you're just not, you're not going to get it all together today. Or maybe ever. And that's the beauty of life unfolding and changing, and the seasons, and obviously just a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening all around our world right now. Teresa was just sharing that. Are you okay if we share this?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then we'll go into it, because I imagine there's a lot of energy around it. And she mentioned that both of her parents are in the hospital for COVID, being treated for COVID. And today is her daddy's birthday. It's precious. I love that you're here, that you can still take care of you. You still take that time in, I like to call it that time in, that time out for you. And it's super, super important that we are doing this, that we are investing our time and our energy in feeling, in healing the wounds and the disease that's just rampant on our planet right now. You know, there's things going around, obviously, but a lot of it is energetics. A lot of it is energetics, and I believe, just from my own research and experience, that everything that's happening in the physical is happening because of energy, because of the frequency, because of the vibration. Viruses vibrate at a certain frequency. Not wrong. You know, if somebody comes up or has the symptoms or gets diagnosed with something, it's not that they're bad or that they're low frequency or low vibration or they're sick or something's wrong with them. It's really, to me, it's a call. It's a call to raise that energy, to take whatever that stagnant, suppressed, unexpressed energy is and to feel it. And I know that when I started doing this work, when I started feeling myself, when I started healing me, that I have been healthier than ever before in my life. You know, I used to get sick a couple of times a year, always, you know, clockwork. Certain things came around, and here I was with an upper respiratory and all this mucus. And I have had none of those symptoms in over 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. But I'm in this experience of life too. I'm not perfect. I am actually currently focusing on some symptoms in my own body, dealing with sex hormones and adrenals and digestion. And I'm on day 6 of this nutritional cleanse. I didn't do a cleanse where I like starved my body of nutrition. My body really needed a reboot of some superfoods and some cleanliness. I'm drinking bone broth, which is brand new because I've been plant-based for many years. And so it's super important that we are all listening, healing our hearts. I mean, healing our hearts, how we feel, how we love, how we connect. And then intimacy, really seeing, into me I see, into me I feel, into me, awesome, we've got someone else gonna hop on. Sweet, sweet. Let her get connected. Let Ari get connected. Welcome, sweetheart. We're just getting started. We had some tough technical difficulties and we're filming to YouTube instead, and we're going to share it live to the group through that way. So just hop on, and we are connecting. Yes, absolutely. Connecting to the importance that each of us have, really the importance to take care of ourselves, the importance to get over the perfectionism, to stop comparing ourselves, to stop acting or pretending like you have it all together because of the disease. Really, it's a disease. It is a disease that spreads, and you know, it's contagious. Because if you believe I've got it all together and you don't, then you're suffering because you're in this belief that I've got it all together. I shared that I came here with half wet hair, so I got it'll just dry how it dries. But to get over that, to get over ourselves, to stop suffering in silence, to gather as many times as it takes. I'm committed to doing this every week. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to up my own game because I've got these symptoms going on in my body. I'm making up stories that like I can't be of service, but I'm not here to be of service to anyone else. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to be of service to ourselves. and to show up and share that truth, to share what's healthy for you, to raise your own vibration, to lift your spirit, to be filled with light, to be filled with truth, to be filled with the essence of God, the universe, divinity, supreme source and power of all that is, and be the health and the well-being of our planet, to be that. Teresa, you've got this going on. Like, I'm just so happy you're here, that you've shown up. You're such an inspiration, because people often say, I've got this going on in my life, so I'm not going to show up. You know, I'm going to give up. I'm going to go sulk. I'm going to go dwell. You know, I'm going to go suffer. I'm going to go commit to suffering. And I just trust that anybody that sees this sees, wow, you know, this woman is showing up. Both of her parents have been hospitalized, experiencing symptoms of COVID. It's your father's birthday. Your mom and dad can't be in the same room. I mean, it's like, whoa, I'm hearing this going, God, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. I'm over here worried that my hair's half wet. You know, like it's BS. It's BS that we are putting ourselves through these programs, and that we continue, you know, whatever that is. Like, I gotta have it all together. I gotta be perfect. I gotta, like, can't do it until I am, or I don't need their help. And then I'm like, oh, I'm sinking. I'm like, I do need your help. I do need your help. And there's a co-empowered way to exist. Not the codependent way, not the way that very much of the nation is acting right now. Not wrong. But like, I need you to do it for me. I need a president to solve my problems, to grant me the rights and the permissions that I deserve. Not like that. I need this program and I need this system to do it for me. Not like that. Yes, we're going to lean on one another. We're going to lean on one another, empowered, showing up like Teresa's showing up, and saying, I'm worthy, I'm valuable, I'm precious, and I deserve to be healthy and well. I deserve to dissolve the myths of perfectionism, of having it all together, and also at the same time showing up with the power that you are, because you are a superpower. You are, I mean, you bring light everywhere you go, inspiration everywhere you go, courage everywhere you go, passion everywhere you go, and yet you're still going through something right now. And God, thank you again that you're so courageous to show up, receive, and I imagine give. I imagine really like you'll just end up giving so much by receiving. The power that we are really seeking, that comes from within, the ability that we have to heal, because we are we're allowing the divine feminine, we're allowing the feminine to show up and to be witnessed and to feel in public, to stop living in fear, to have an absolute vessel, like your entire being of faith, even in the storm, even when your parents are going through this, even when you're seeing in the physical, but man, my parents are both in the hospital, and like living and being a pillar of faith and courage. And meanwhile, because I know this has been one of your, one of the things you've been resurrecting, to also in those times, give yourself permission to enjoy and to feel pleasure and to smile and to laugh.
Yeah, my October focus was pleasure and passion. Those were my themes carrying into October. And so we are 10 days into October, and I have felt like October has been challenging for me to feel my pleasure and to feel my passion. So I have been committing more and more to doing it, and having those, like you said, those self-care routines have been the most important of my life right now. And taking that time to do my morning meditation and taking that time to journal in gratitude. And I've been passionately wanting to do lucid dreaming. So that's something that I'm finding the 5, 10, 15 minutes to watch a video, to do something, and to journal my dreams. And having those pillars have let me smile a little bit in this time where I am feeling a lot of pain as well.
It's so good. Yeah, meditation and dreaming and creating, being, visioning, being in your outcome, being in your wish fulfilled, being in that space of already done. We say it a lot. We say it is done, already done, it is so. And really being there so that you become the catalyst for whatever it is that's happening on our planet, for whatever it is that's happening with you personally, with your family, that you are the catalyst that is moving energy into what you do choose, into what you do desire, into what for me is victory, what is heaven on earth, what that is, where we're all headed. I believe like it's going to take each of us. We cannot dwell in the fear. We cannot dwell in our pain. We can feel it. We can stay with it as long as it takes, which is what we're going to do some of today. But we cannot dwell there and expect to have anything new. I love it. We're here to share with as many people as see this video, that we can touch the people in our Intimate Human Connection group on Facebook. Share what we're doing, share the tools that we're using. And I love just the reminder of meditation, just the reminder of being still, trusting long enough, whatever that is, if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, an hour, like the longer you can go, in my perspective, it's the longer you're willing to be still and know I am God. Know I am trust. Know I am the universe that's got your back. You like to just trust and be like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to sit right here. Oh, this is funny. I don't know if anyone here has seen The Good Place. Have you? Okay. Well, they just came out with a new season. We just finished watching the very, like, I guess it's the conclusion. I guess it's the end now. And I don't want to reveal it too much, but the ending is perfect. Like this whole time they are looking for the good place. They think they're in the good place. They're not in the good place. So they're seeking the good place. They just keep seeking. Then they create ways to get to the good place. And when it's all said and done, they end up in the good place. And then in the end, they're like, now that we're here. Yeah.
Now what?
And I really believe it's life. It's life. We're moving through life. And if we were permanently in the good place, it would probably get boring.
Yeah, like when they have frozen yogurt everywhere, like, yeah. The journey, the path is what we're meant to enjoy.
Yeah. So Teresa, I want you to introduce yourself a little more, if you will. And then Ari, you'll be next, sweetie. Can you hear us? And will you be able to speak? Like, share your microphone?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just moving around and getting ready for a trip, but I'm present and I'm here.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Teresa, just introducing yourself, sharing what's current for you, with feeling. You have permission, you guys. The agreements I'm going to repost in our Intimate Human Connection group. We have agreements here to honor one another, to not dwell with them either, to not like go into sympathy or like, oh my God, this is happening for her. No, like we go into an empathy, like I'm going to be with you, stay with you, love you. But I'm also going to vote your victory and I'm going to honor you. So whatever is shared here, it's sacred, it's precious. And if you find yourself being in judgment or criticism or condemnation, then this is just not the space for you. Not wrong, but we're here to love on our people. We're here to vote victory, and we're here to have, you get tissues. I'm feeling it too. Me too. I'm grabbing mine. We're here to love on each other, vote victory, see each other's perfection, and honor one another. So much so, like the way that you choose to be honored, the way that you choose to be valued, because what we give to another, we really are giving to ourselves. Yeah, let's go from there, Teresa. And I'm just so grateful you're here.
Thank you. I am too. I felt like I called you with telepathy, with energy, with love this morning. So I'm Teresa. I am really committed to doing this kind of healing and to giving myself what I need, the tools I need to be my happiest version. Not my best version, not my prettiest version, my happiest version. And that I understand that I experienced the fullness of emotion. So allowing myself to go through all of those things is getting myself to my happiest version, allowing myself to be in my sadness right now. I know the other side of that, I'm going to feel my joy. So I am excited to go through this movement. I've been, Alicia's been my coach for a long time. I've been working with her, playing with her for a long time. So I know the goodies that are on the other side of this mountain that I feel in my heart right now. So I'm there's a lot of other things I can say about myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was a former kindergarten teacher. I'm a person. I'm a human, and I am a spiritual being here experiencing this space. So I was letting Alicia know that I felt like I called her with my heart today because I felt so heavy, and my parents have been hospitalized with COVID. And they are in a rejuvenating place now. They are getting care. They are getting the oxygen they need. And they are, yes, feeling better, feeling more energetic. So I am grateful about that. But there were moments where I was strong in my faith that they were going to be okay. But it's challenging for me to see my mom and dad go through this. And they live across the street from me. So I couldn't be there to touch them, but I was there to witness. I saw the ambulance come and take my dad. I saw my mom standing alone when the ambulance left in fear. I know she has been consumed with fear about losing my father. And I've been learning what it means to be really empathetic with her, to feel it and to vote her victory and to not dismiss her fear. I've been learning what it means to hear it and acknowledge it and to be there with her and be present in the best way, in the way that I can at this moment. And so it's my daddy's birthday. He's turning 66. He's yes, he is at retirement age, and we are ready for the rejuvenation of all of that to really play and be here. So am doing the balance of being strong for my parents and being vulnerable for my parents, but also I care for my daughter and my husband. My young daughter is, she's 6 and loves her grandpa so much and wants to take him birthday cards and cake and all of that, and is aware that he's sick and getting better, but figuring out how to make that appropriate for her to understand fully and not sugarcoat, but not lie. And what's the truth? And I don't know, all of that is, all of those things are dancing in my head. And meanwhile, I think, man, I really smell. I should take a shower. I should take care of my body. Let me take those 5 minutes to take care of myself and to fill into me so that I can be a support, so that I can fill my cup and not feel worse. Right. So I felt all of that this morning and felt like I was calling my heart to Alicia, a place where I can feel that and feel supported and not feel pitied or ashamed or any of that, So then I look on Facebook and she's doing this and I thought, yay. And those have been the beautiful, miraculous moments when I sit in meditation. Sometimes for a minute or two, I get the text message from my dad sending me, sweet things, or my mom saying that, they're feeling better, their nurses are great, or they're being taken care of, where I can smile and feel my heart filling up.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I feel my heart beating really fast and like I'm talking so I don't fully feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah, we're going to slow down in a minute for sure. Yeah, we're going to slow back down. We go through it. We share the few words. There's not really ever very many words that are needed, but we share the few words that are needed to get to that deep feeling. And we'll definitely touch that here in just a minute. And just like I mentioned, you're so courageous and showing others that. I love the fact that you said, not sugarcoating it. It's like we don't have to show up and sugarcoat things and be nice and politically correct. Those days are done. They're done. They don't serve us, and we're here to be real, feel in the moment with love, with love and compassion, not at each other, not harming one another because of how we feel. That's a reaction. So being here, moving through all the energy and being the pure strength. And I love that you said, to be strong for my parents, but when we suppress and hold back, because we've been taught to do that. I've got to be strong while they're going through this, versus, just feeling all that you have to feel, and letting it be okay if you're weak, letting it be okay if you don't have the strength to muster up, because there's an inner strength. There's an inner force within all of us, including your mom and dad. That's the strength that we're here to remember. That's the power of source, the power of the mother, the father, the masculine and the feminine within us in union, your heart, God, the universe, source, spirit, Allah, Buddha, like whatever words and whatever your background is, like whatever works for you. We're here to find that inner source, the inner power that's going to be the strength for you, while your human self gets to collapse or fall or surrender. Surrender. Is there anything else you want to share about your intro, or just like, that was good, but is there anything else?
Well, you said surrender, and that is a topic that I've been feeling through and really wanting to land and resonate what that means. And for me, I've been sort of changing the word surrender to acceptance or allowing, because those are softer and it allows me to get to the full place of surrender. So it's like my baby steps getting there. And this experience, which I know is divine and divine in its timing and it's all perfect. And, you know, my human mind isn't going to comprehend it, but my spiritual heart, my consciousness, my divinity is at some point going to feel all of it. And this has been like, okay, well, if you're gonna take your baby steps to surrender, let me give you a little waterfall to get to surrender. Because there have been these moments of, dear God, spirit, divinity, I'm going to just collapse here and allow it all to wash in, because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. You know, my strength was for running to the pharmacy, was to get groceries, was to make them soup, and then to be a place of research and knowledge, because there's so much uncertainty. There's so much stuff that we don't know. And so sometimes a little knowledge gives us that. And then finally really understanding what surrender meant. Those moments where I just would have laid on the floor and cried, and my wonderful husband there to be there for support, but also acknowledge that sometimes I just needed to be alone in that moment to feel my connection to my source and feel rejuvenated through that. So thank you, surrender. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Teresa. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Ari, will you introduce yourself, please, and just share kind of what's happening for you, what's current, how you feeling, how you doing, and have you got it all together?
No. Hi, I'm Ariel. A lot of people know me as Ari. I love both. For me, what's happening right now is coming through a space where my inspiration was returning. So just got to revisit some old habits and beliefs and like really allow them to scare the shit out of me. And just like, yeah, just like let it go, let my brain go, like, what's the worst that could happen? And let it be like, okay, well, that's the worst that can happen. And I'm like, I surrender to that. I surrender to the, and all the other possibilities that could happen. So I'm just going to get up and do the thing, and then start to just like pay attention to what's happening off of that, instead of being like, what might happen, or what, like, I should be doing this, or any of those things. So I know I don't have it all together, and I definitely sat in a lot of shame because I was trying to pretend like I had it all together. Yesterday I woke up and was like, I don't have it all together, and that's okay. And now, because of a moment of being witnessed and me just like realizing that I can go move forward, start doing these things, and yeah, just be my own light, like go do the thing so that I don't have these like weights on me. It's like, you have power, you do something. And I'm like, oh yeah. And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, yes. Oh, you gals, you got, you beings, you got sovereign beings, you. What'd you say?
Thanks. Bangs.
Are you on a bouncy ball too?
I'm on bed.
Oh.
I was just like, wow, that's nice. I don't usually kneel on the bed, so I'm just playing around with it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here. You're here. It's a great place to be, is here and now, and accelerating. So accelerating this energy, this force, the bigger it gets, you guys, the further you're going to go.
Yeah.
And I love quantum. So much so I will claim I had to go into like Quantum Anonymous for a while because my own version, because I love quantum leaps so much. And I got to the point where when I wasn't having them, I was like, "Urgh," which was, of course, creating them to not happen. So quantum leaps come from the space so where we've got something so big happening in our life, or a lot of energy, or we're touching, a really big old trauma, past life, this life, whatever, lineage, collective, it doesn't matter. What matters is we're doing it in the now. And I'm grateful to be gathered with people who don't have it all together. Because if you did, you wouldn't have the energy or the force to have a quantum leap, or to have a miracle, or to completely change your reality, because you'd have it all together and there's nothing to work with. I'm like, if I meet somebody who's got it all together, like, I know they're not my people because there's no energy there. Mm-hmm. We're working with energy, we're working with forces. Whatever you're experiencing, grief, fear, anger, lack, doubt, there's a return because you've inverted that energy force. You are in the inversion, you are in the negative, per se, but not negative like it's a bad thing. And the return is a positive force that's going to accelerate you and give you momentum and movement. And I've been operating in this state for many moons. In fact, like even this group was started on this inspiration that came. I did it. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. All this is energy is moving through me. Fear, doubt. I don't know how. Unconsciousness, and embarrassment. Like, what if I get it wrong? And I was already embarrassed before I even got it wrong. And then the opening day that we started the group, and there's 140, I think, something people in the group that day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the biggest audience. This is the most energy that I've ever been in front of. My largest group was probably somewhere around 50 in the physical. And so everything going in that first time I went live, that I had a massive movement. I had a quantum leap. I moved so much energy just by showing up, just by being willing to be here, be willing to say, like, it's not perfect. I don't have it all together. And thank God, because if I did, it wouldn't have been much momentum or acceleration in my life. And it has been a massive acceleration of energy, of life force. I'm in the middle of this cleanse, just like feeling super inspired to feel better in my body, to get out of some of the, we'll call them quarantine patterns that I had gotten myself into, and in a move to do something new. And that's what we're here for. So we don't have it all together. There's stuff happening for you in your life. There's energy that it can be upgraded, moved into, reclaimed, renamed. Some of the things that happen for people when they do this is renewed relationships, an increase or a sudden amount of money. When we increase our personal value, when we increase the value of the energy that is existing within our vessel, we increase energy around us. So we increase money, we increase time, we increase resources, we increase quality, good quality food and water and things that are coming into our life, friendships, connections. It goes way beyond that, but it's the real stuff. My connection with source, my connection with my spirit, my connection with my earth. There's some of these things that are far more valuable than the money system, which is just made up. It's just a game. But that does increase as well. Increased health, miraculous healings.
Yes.
Where pain is just dissolved and you now feel a renewal of energy in your body, and the people that are in your family are connected to you. I like to say the people that have touched the hem of your garment, those people get it too. Now, one of the things I think that's important, because we are talking about illness or disease, like disease. We're just talking about dis-ease. It's where ease wasn't present. It's where that that healthy frequency is being renewed, because anytime anybody gets sick or a symptom or a disease, like they're being renewed. They're moving through something. But it's important for our sake here that we don't try to get attached to like having to get somebody else better or having to see somebody else healthy. Better yet, attached to their future version. Like, how are they now that they are healthy? But if we get stuck in the, I need them to heal, I need myself to heal, I need to have this thing, we're actually keeping it from us. Be in the wish fulfilled, or be in that state that already done, where they're already healthy. And Teresa, this is more specific to your circumstance. So you don't get stuck, and also those watching, we don't get stuck or attached in the, we need them to get sick, or I mean, to get better, excuse me. We need them to heal and to get better in order for it to be a victory. I like to say God's plan, God's way. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know that per se. I know that my heart, my vision can see someone healthy. I can see myself playing with them. I can see myself, in conversation and talking or connecting, however it is, cooking for them. And so that's an important piece. So Teresa, would you like to start today?
Yes, I feel, yes.
Everyone will all just wherever you are, start with a few deep breaths, a centering, a coming into your heart space. You can even place your hand on your heart if you like, somewhere on your belly that just could use some more love and attention. Breathing in through more than just your nose or your mouth. You're breathing in through every cell of your being, breathing in through your skin. Breathing in through the bottom of your feet. Exhaling all your air fully out. Inhaling into your bones. And just to yourself or out loud, and Teresa, you can do it out loud. I am here.
I am here.
I am here.
I am here.
I am right here.
I am right here.
Right now.
Right now.
I am here now.
I am here now.
So really going to slow down. Slow down and be present. Be here. Feel your body. Even like I'm seeing Teresa's direction of just kind of feeling with your own hand. Feeling your own vessel. Arriving fully in this space of now. Right here in the perfect imperfection. Or the imperfect perfection. Both are true. What are you currently feeling and where in your body?
I feel like my feet are stuck in sand. They feel heavy. I feel weighted down in my feet. I feel a knot in the back of my heart. In the back.
Let's start with your feet. Let's go for the first signal. So feet are about understanding. Have you understood what's happening with your mom and dad?
No. No.
Have you been trying to understand?
Desperately.
Did I hear you say you were like trying to find knowledge and answers, know what's happening?
Yes.
I think one of the first things most doctors even say, like even when I've had things happening in my body, they're like, don't go to Google. Did you go to Google?
Yes.
Yeah. You're seeking those answers, that understanding, and it's no wonder your feet feel heavy. Just what's the exact word pattern? Do you have it in there? What have you been telling yourself? What have you been hearing?
Which word pattern?
About understanding.
Understanding. I feel a need. Need feels like the appropriate word to understand.
I need to understand.
I need to understand.
Say it again.
I need to understand.
Keep coming, honey. Let it get bigger.
I need to understand. I need to understand. I need to understand. My mom had like clear cancer that I just finally done with that shit. She had a fall and we're finally recuperating from that. And I feel like I need to understand. Like, she's so good and she tries so hard and she has faith. Like, I need to understand why. It feels like it's an external happening too, and I hate that.
All that hate and all that understanding has been really heavy.
Yes. Yes.
Is it okay that it's been really heavy?
Yes and no. Like,
yeah.
I know. Yes.
No, if it's not, so we're not going for the right answer. And
right.
I know you know the right answer. So no, for everyone watching, no, it's not okay. Like, we get to have that. We get to be in that. No, this is not okay. God, is it okay? What is happening to our people? Is it okay that this virus is just spreading rampant and just going around, and who knows who gets it or how they're going to get it or how they're going to be affected? No, it's not okay. And it gets to be okay that it's not okay. Like, I'm just finding that peace. We're looking for peace for ourselves, for our family, for our community, for our world. We're seeking that inner peace. We're seeking that place where we can surrender, where you can be like, no. I mean, there's so much happening right now that it's not okay. No. We really get to find, I was looking back at some of what you've shared in our group today, which is wild. Like, I wasn't even sure if you're going to be here, but I was creating some slides, and I was looking back for some of the things you've shared. And I read and was reminded of you being able to find your no.
No. Yes. No. Yes.
No.
Yeah. I was
not okay. It's no. And also that feeling like I need to understand. I need to understand, and I'm begging, and I want to know why, and I want to know what the answers are, and give me the knowledge. And it does get heavy. It gets heavy. And you can carry around the weight as long, as long as you need to, as long as it takes. You don't have to take the weight off. Really, you guys, we get to carry it. And then I think what happens is we get to the point where it's like, it's just unbearable. It's too heavy. Our body starts suffering. We start noticing the symptoms in our own vessel. And then we're like, oh, oops, there's something for me to do with this because it's not mine to carry. It's not for me to understand. And then you can, because you have a source so powerful within you that gives you all the answers to everything that you ever wanted to know. You get to know. And just say, I get to know.
I get to know.
I get to know.
I get to know.
God in me knows, source in me knows, universe in me knows, whatever works for you.
Yes, God in me knows. My divinity knows.
And understands.
And understands.
It's okay if my head doesn't understand.
Yeah, it's okay if my head doesn't understand.
What is it that you do know? What is it that you understand? That your mother, she's going through all these things, cancer, falling, now COVID, with your dad getting taken away in the ambulance, her going next. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what's happening? What's happening for your mother and you first, for that feminine in you? What is coming up? What are you understanding about the feminine within you, the mother within you?
The desire, the longing to take care and to be taken care of, and to be the baby, and to yes, be my mother and take care of me, but also asking for that, asking to be held, asking to be here, to be supported,
yes,
to be loved.
Yes. 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 I mean, oh my God, the message, like even some of what I wanted to share and write was like, don't say that. That's wimpy. That you're going to hold people. People don't want to hear that. That's like my own patterns were coming up when writing some of what I was sharing about like this particular. And I'm like, no, stop. We are asking to be held. People are asking. The mother in us, the feminine in us, the child within all of us that's experiencing fear and not understanding and what the heck is happening here? It's like, hold me.
Yes, I've been the goddess warrior. I've been the army of one. I've had the armor. I've taken care. I've done the things. I've been that person, that archetype, that queen, that goddess, that I got it, that I got me. And I do, but now I want to be gotten.
Yes. Yes, say it again.
I want to be gotten. I want to be held.
Mm-hmm. What happens for you when you're got and when you're held? What happens for that warrior goddess in you?
She sleeps. She rests. She sleeps.
Yeah, rest. I mean, I had like 2 weeks, 2 weeks where I was just like, I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to get that. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to do this. Like build this. Come on, Alicia. I gotta provide, take care of. And my body just kept saying, rest, rest. And I'm going, how can I do that with all this? With this huge mountain of stuff over here. How can I do that? How do you get to do that, Teresa?
I choose to do it more frequently. I choose to just lay and turn it off, shut it off, be away from my phone, take a bath, take a nap, I'm fortunate to be supported in my home by my husband, so he can play with my daughter and I can take naps.
Let's go there a little bit. I'm noticing some energy with that. How do you feel about you being supported, you being fortunate? And then I'll ask it in this way. Have you considered people that don't have support less fortunate? Yeah.
Yes. I feel at times guilt that I have it so good and that I can be, and that they're single moms and that they're suffering and they need help, and how can I help them? And it's at times I feel guilt about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love it. I love it's coming up. We're bringing it up, that codependent pattern, the belief that we look out and we think because they don't have what I have, they must be suffering.
Right.
And just it's an oops. And I like to say, everyone, stop. We're not doing anyone any justice by believing they don't got it, or that God doesn't got them, or that they're suffering. Yes, if you are called to support, if you are you called to be generous and to give to people in those circumstances, because that is the position you're being called into, absolutely, by all means, do it. But we've got to stop the guilt or the looking out and the belief that God doesn't got them or you or me or anyone else. And just noticing like what you do have. Yes, it's lavish, it's fortunate. You get to relish in that. You get to be in celebration of that, but not coming from a place of kind of some martyrdom or like, the guilt's definitely not from guilt, because guilt is going to keep that pattern in place where single mothers aren't supported. That's a belief system that is running rampant. It's big. And we all get to have it. Single mothers get to be supported by the universe. Married women get to be supported by the universe. Single men get to be supported by the universe.
Yes.
All of our people. Your mother, I'm sorry, I'm sitting on my skirt. I was moving it. I'm stuck. And your mother gets to be supported by the universe.
Yes.
No matter what she's going through or what she's gone through. And even if your mother or loved one didn't make it, didn't necessarily live through cancer or any of these other diseases or COVID even or whatever, it doesn't mean that the universe doesn't have them. I mentioned the good place at the beginning of this, and it's just like, it was this beautiful like thing to just watch of, yes, regardless of whether we're in the good place or the bad place, ultimately the universe has got us.
It feels very delicious when I feel those moments.
Mm-hmm. So what is true for your mom? What is true? Your mom's going through the symptoms of COVID. If you look at it like without even giving it a name, I encourage everyone to stop giving it a name, in terms of like that, the name gives it power. It has a lot of belief systems attached to it. But if you just give it symptoms, like what are her symptoms?
Her symptoms, she doesn't have any. She's asymptomatic. She is experiencing anxiety and fear for my father.
See, I mean, it's beautiful. That is a valuable, huge, huge, huge lesson. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
No symptoms from this thing, we're going to call it this thing, this entity is all it is. And self-perpetuated or self-created symptoms of fear, anxiety. Neither one of them are wrong. No judgment, absolutely none. You know, we stay in, wow, there's a victory of something returning for all of you. You know, your mom is within you. You get to have more something as everyone comes through the veil on this and comes out the other side and is celebrating and made brand new, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like. What becomes new for your mother?
Laughter. Laughter. Sleep.
She gets to rest too?
Yeah. Heavens, yes. Sleep. I see clouds of pillows and blankets and music. Comfort and sleep. I see my mommy as like this little girl sleeping and resting and looking at the sun and feeling breeze and laughing and witnessing the people she loves. Birds, she's a bird watcher. Feeling the divinity in nature.
That's I mean, it's feminine, feeling nature, being connected to our earth, being so secure that we're gotten,
yes,
that we're held, that our mother is taking such great care of us. And that is the medicine you mean. I know that you know, and to be held by nature, to be held in that space that's so healing, that is so nurturing, where I believe can and will, you know, cure all disease when we give that to ourselves, when we give ourselves doses of that medicine on a regular basis. When's the last time your mother's gone out into nature and into the forest? Or
she has fear of cancer and sun and that, so she does like little 20-minute versions, spurts every now and then outside. She's been inside and held up and afraid of sun and afraid of COVID, afraid of the entity. So it's been a while. We take her to nature walks on Saturdays when she's feeling good, and she loves that.
when's the last time you've been out?
Last night I make the effort to go out and step in the grass, but it feels right now like effort. It feels like I know that's what's good, so I will. And then mosquitoes and the ants and the things, and so I know I want ease returning in nature.
Yes, thank you. And if we're having an effect on everything, which I believe we are.
Yes.
And everything around us is a signal: mosquitoes, flies, ants, things that bite. Is that Liliana?
Liliana, yeah. I'm getting a little treat plate.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Mom. Hi there.
Thank you.
Yummy.
Yes, it feels wonderful to be supported.
Like that. I love instantaneous.
Yes,
guys.
thank you, Quantum.
I love Quantum. That was it. Thank you for demonstrating that. Wow. Here you are.
Yes.
Nourishment, nurturing, coming right to you, being hand delivered in the times when we require it the most. And then being that, have you been that for your parents over the last several weeks? And you're being that's nurturing and nourishing.
My feet feel a lot lighter.
Yeah, how is it that you don't have to understand?
Mm-hmm.
And also that you get to understand, that you can understand.
Yes.
That there's an understanding within you that's all knowing. And what do you have as far as that understanding right now? After moving that, what do you understand right now for your mom and for you and your family?
That we're gotten. That we're God gotten. It feels, I feel understanding, I feel lightness to know that we're gotten. I feel my throat now, making it challenging for words.
Words to say what?
Words to say. Words to say.
How big is your love for your mom and dad?
Infinite, gigantic, expansive, growing.
Does it transcend all space and time?
Yes. I feel what's coming now is this. I've been on this inner child healing trauma from my childhood. Okay, there. This understanding of what happened and this trauma, and I feel gotten by my parents. I feel supported and loved by them, and that's different. The story of childhood trauma was hampering, was preventing me from feeling gotten by them.
I love how we give ourselves back that security. And I know that you've kind of been there before. What have you given yourself before the trauma, before it happened, before you went through that experience, before you didn't have your security, or from the point where you lost that security, or you were in fear, and in those spaces, what have you begun to give yourself back as you're reclaiming that security?
Moments of surrender, moments where I'm not on guard, moments of tranquility and more ease, and enjoying food, taking time to be slow with it. I've noticed a shift in eat fast to savoring and taking time to do that with time. Time, I feel, is the answer, is what I'm feeling, like time to take the bath and not rush through a shower. Time to take the nap, my nap. Time to be here instead of like, oh, I have to attend and be there for the others and be attentive to me.
Attend to me.
Attend to me. I tend to me.
I think that's the biggest message. It's the golden one. It's the golden one that we're not here to have it all together. We're here to tend tend to our hearts, tend to our vessels, tend to what's here, what's right now, what's current, what's right in front of us. Yes. Don't ignore it. Don't go numb about it. Don't go apathetic. Feel it. Be with it. Stay with it. Tend to your garden. Some people use tend to the garden of your heart and the garden of your mind and the garden of your stomach. The guts. The three minds, the three major energy centers within our body, really tending to that. Tending to the masculine within us and then tending to the feminine within. All is necessary, and the gift of time that you're giving yourself back gives you the time to invest in yourself.
Yes.
How's your throat?
It's still fuzzy. It doesn't feel constricted.
You just cleared your throat. So you cleared the way for what? What are you clearing the way for?
I'm clearing the way for my safety, my innocence, my little me, my little girl, my little girl that felt scared of the world being hurt. I feel her showing up. I feel her peeking out of the cabinets. I used to hide in cabinets. Clearing the way for me to fully show up for myself.
You want to show up tender? Are you willing to show up tender?
Yes. Yes. I have been diligent, and I have been very goal, fix this, do this, achieve this, be better, be more, be bigger. And now I feel more gentle with me, more tender, more allowing space for breathing and eating, not feeling like I have to do or clean or accomplish or achieve. More feminine softness. More youthful play. Oh, play! Making room for play. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, creativity and play and feeling and security. And this is all waking up those suppressed parts of the divine feminine, of the feminine within us, the lower three chakras, those energy centers that have been suppressed, unexpressed, repressed. And then coming to a balance, where I'm seeing a lot of like divine feminine rage almost. And I'm like, that's not it. That's not divine feminine. And it's not a control over or a right over, or it's not that. We are the resolution. The resolution to all of this is within you. The resolution to health on our planet. The resolution to our parents, our seniors being cared for and loved and valued and held precious, like the divinity and the children that they are. Like I have this vision I was part of, I was witnessing my beloved's grandmother go through her transition and the many months of hospitalization and nursing care. And so much came up for me. Like, I never really paid much attention to that field and didn't really know what was going on there. And then getting in it and observing, and I was like, wow, our seniors, our grandmothers and our grandfathers deserve to be held. They deserve more care. Not these, this sterile environments that we've all become accustomed to in hospitals and schools and government buildings and office buildings. And it's sterility that is not the feminine, but it's here to be restored. It's here to be rejuvenated and awakened within each one of us.
Yes.
You're doing the deal. You're doing the deal.
That brings up my grandmother. My grandmother has dementia, so she struggled a lot with this must be strong, and a hatred for the masculine, a hatred for my grandfather, resentment is the word I feel. And so dementia, now she's returned to this childlike state, and she's happy and she plays and she's joyful, and she feels joy. And part of our experiencing her, sometimes my mom feels sadness that her mom doesn't remember who she is, but she also feels joy that her mom is now happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that balance between the masculine and feminine that you're speaking of, to not power over, but power with.
I am my 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 power with what? First words.
I am my power with love. Love. I am my power with my man. My man. I am my power with my man. That's what keeps landing. My masculine, my balance. What feels, I'm power with balance. I feel like the birthing ball in the hips, and I'm doing my knees, and I'm
Since your parents are up and what's happening is current and very real for you in your current reality, let's go down the road a little bit in terms of visioning and being in your outcome. And it's been a year, and what's new and different for you and your mother and your father and your husband and your daughter?
New play, new ways to play, being outdoors, soccer, parks, my dad being retired. So the absence of must do and work, but the presence of I want to and play and dance. I feel like these big, gigantic, nourishing agua frescas, these big drinks to nourish our hearts and our tummy that feel good. Ease to sleep keeps coming up. My dad wakes up at like 4:30 in the morning to go work.
Oh.
My mom wakes up at 4 to make lunch for my dad to go work. So I see and feel food being delivered. Food being delivered. I see play, lots of ease, of laughter, and being in nature feels very good. Travel, the beach, relaxing. We we're a beach family. We would travel. We would pack in our van and travel to Mexico twice a year and go to the beach and camp out for a couple of weeks. I want that. I want to do that. I want to see that for my family again. Taking Liliana to experience the beach where I grew up. Hugs, 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 lots of hugs. I want to hug my mommy and daddy. I see myself hugging my mommy and daddy. I see my daughter hugging her grandparents. Basking in the sun and laying in the grass.
Yes, 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 yes. We do like to close it with, and it is done, or and it is so, whatever works for you. Aho, namaste.
Ah, mote it be, blessed be, so it is done. Yay!
And really staying in your outcome, staying in that space. And you've been through, it was the 4 week. We ended up even going a little longer when we did it the first time around. And this time I'm committed to making it 6 weeks with 9 sessions, Ignite Your Sacred Flame. And that's really a container. It's very secure. It's an immersion. So there's a lot of hours that go into that. But we're staying in our outcome. And then week by week, you're moving into like a greater space. You're expanding your container. So you know how to do this. Continue expanding your container. Continue creating beyond the beach, beyond the outing, what else, the hugs and all, like you just keep creating. Standing in your wish fulfilled, being there, the already done state, the feeling is what's most important. The feeling that you have right now, which is what?
I feel elated. I feel happy. I feel smiley. My cheeks are starting to get exercised. I feel lightness and laughter. I feel joy.
Yes, just staying in there, whatever that takes, playing with Liliana, playing with your husband, dancing. I know you do all these things, painting and playing, enjoying you. That is the catalyst. That is what creates. That is what is getting it done. That is, and then also, surrendering to how that happens. You don't get to know the how, you don't get to get involved in that part. I had this whole presentation that I worked on. I love how this happens. And I don't end up using it. And it's like, I'll go on the Facebook group and share live about the program itself. But we do have this event coming up October 28th, and it is a deeper dive, a deeper immersion. I am going to continue to offer this type of container on Intimate Human Connection, which is a free group. I've got a paid membership group that is a little bit deeper dive. It's a very small group, and we are doing this amazing thing I call Raise 'em and Praise 'em. And each person is getting highlighted. So each member has like 4 days that's theirs, and they get highlighted. They get to come on, and like you had mentioned in the beginning, they get to ask. And they get to be in the practice of asking for support. And at first it may be messy, and like we may not know how to ask, or we actually may not know exactly what we even need or what we could use in our life right now. So it's this amazing practice where you get to practice asking, and every single person that has gone thus far is experiencing massive growth, expansions, miracles. The things that they're asking for are somehow, coming into form. and the community is just surrounding them with raise and praise and quoting their victory and seeing their, like, yes, yes. How do I feel now that you're on the beach with your family playing and I get to see your pictures on Facebook and and I'm like, yay, that looks so fun. You know, I'm a lover on Facebook. I'm not a liker, like, or, you know, even an angry face or whatever. Like, I don't ever invest, maybe sometimes in the laughter, but I'm a lover. I'm just, yes, oh my God, I love that. I love that. I love that. And I love seeing pictures of people's travels and their family time and their food time. And
yes, I love the container. I've been in containers with you, and big ones and small ones and private ones, and they're all delicious. They're all wonderful, and they all nourish different parts.
yes.
They all fill different needs and different desires within my spirit, within my body, and they are so delicious. And I have shared this with you the first time that I played. I had never done anything like this and was like, literally physically, my heart was like, I was holding my heart, my leg was up covering me, and like, what is this? This is really scary. And then you asked if anybody had feedback. I'm like, yes, I look like this and this is scary. And you're like, well, that means it's your turn. Like, okay. So I jumped in and I am so grateful that I did. I'm so grateful for you offering these opportunities for us to feel fully connected to community, to people, to support, but ultimately to myself, to my source, to my spirit, that connection of, oh, that is where it is. That's where the goodies are. I appreciate you, and then whoever's watching and whoever this reaches, I really feel the massive quantum, like you said, quantum shifts. At first I was like, every time I could, I was there, I was going, I was like, weekly, is there bi-weekly? Can I come more? Like, let's do some privates. Cause it was addictive. Like you said, what was it that you were quantum junkie?
Quantum Anonymous.
Quantum Anonymous, yes. I'm like, it's just a regular Tuesday. This isn't good enough. I want the big shifts. I want to cry with the snot coming out and all that. I want to shift it. So yes, I have. Yeah, It's amazing. It's amazing to be in these containers and these spaces. So yes, I encourage our family, our people, our beings to. It's a time. It's a time to do it.
It's the time to do it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for your courage again. And just, I am your victory.
Thank you.
Permanently.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have anything else to share? If not, we can close it out.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. And yeah, this is it. This connection, and no matter what you're sharing, like, there's really no one you're doing it for. It is for you. It is for your connection to yourself, to your source, to your heart. And it's a coming back home. Welcome home.
Thank you. It feels good to be home.
Keep us updated, please.
I will. Thank you.
Welcome. I love you. I'll see you soon.
Sure.